Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rage, and we are back today with a quick update video here with respect to Marvel Strike Force news blog post. And as per usual, we see glimpses of this information already getting trickled in the data mines, but great to get this confirmation as well as what's coming up for Marvel Strike Force. So first and foremost, we do see that there's going to be another version of the raid Warzone here, continuing with the Hobgoblin shards. So just continuing where we left off there. Be on the lookout for that, because this one has been nice just to add some additional points from utilizing characters in raid, war, in addition to using your Insidious 6 in raids. That's really where you can get some additional points sprinkled throughout, and obviously Hobgoblin shards over time if you don't want to be using your antimatter in the antimatter store. The big announcement, and as we saw in data mines, was that there's gonna be a 100 shard free event just by simply logging in for Superior Spider-Man. So if you guys aren't using antimatter for him respectively, this is an opportunity to save on that, because you just essentially need to log in every day, partake in whatever daily objectives they need us to do, and everyone's going to be getting 100 free shards of Superior. Pretty massive, unfortunately, obviously, after the Blastar Scourge or Trials has wrapped up, but that's kind of all intentional, because they always want to FOMO us into using these resources for characters if you're planning to go that route. But regardless, guys, the Blastar Scourges is a very optional event, as you can get all the milestone rewards done without even entering into the Hellfire Club or Insidious 6 section. So it's all fair game, but all well designed, by the way, just because they want us to deplete our resources when you can be more strategic, work smart, not hard, right? So yeah, that's the big one. And then lastly, guys, we also see, obviously Sentry's not in the game yet, but the return of Battleworld 2.0, and we saw this coming from the data mines. We saw all the offers getting listed, but as well now that confirmation that yes, this is gonna be pretty exciting. It's gonna be a big week. So we'll be back with some more gameplay and footage of how this new battle world is going to be. I do want to point out in the blog, respectively, anyways, obviously Brimstone, they're going to have a very important piece to finishing up some of the certain challenges and bonus nodes in the new game mode. But remember, most of us don't have access to Brimstone yet unless you're coring. And in that case, remember, there is a current leaderboard event right now. It's still ongoing, so just something to be mindful of there. I do want to point out, too, they made a honorable mention, of course, that with respect to the Astral team, I mean, this is still a very formidable team and still will have usage and value across the board. But end of the day, they're not going to be the go-to. This is still going to be the go-to for, you know, if they rerun what's going on with Null, how we're going to get more shards of him, especially for those of you that have not capitalized on 7 yellow stars. Well, there's an opportunity to do that, right? But we'll see what happens with the reruns of those events. Having said that, you know, Astral is still going to be very good in Battle World. They're just not going to be as good as Brimstone, because Brimstone is going to be a top-tier war offense team. And then obviously, being the last and final team for Chapter 2, they're going to be having a lot of value in Chapter 3 as well, as they gear up here for the coming weeks in terms of the announcement of the Legendary likely being Thunderstrike and what other teams are around the corner, right? I do want to point out, too, as part of the Battle World activity, there is going to be a milestone that's added here. And it's going to be very similar to the global milestones that we've seen in the past, where this one's tied back to Battle World participation. So as we do more attacks and completed in Battle World, it's going to be building towards that global milestone. And what I suspect is that there's going to be a team teased in this global milestone, which they've done in the past. This is also how we got wind of, you know, Doctor Strange Heartless and Elsa Bloodstone being part of Brimstone. Very similar. And again, guys, you know, there's been teases along the way, but I really hope that they're going to be giving us some sort of Asgardian rework, because as we've seen, with Thunderstrike likely being the next legendary character, you know, I'm really interested to see maybe if they'll tease an Asgardian or two along the way. So yeah, that's what I'll be paying attention to, guys. Watch out for that global milestone, because if there is a tease coming for this, I fingers crossed. We haven't seen any kind of Asgardian love for quite some time, basically ever since the induction of Odin as part of Dark Dimension 8. But I mean, we didn't really see anything even touching Asgardians, right? And we saw, obviously, in the past there's been reworks and touch-ups to Spider-Verse, X-Men, I mean, even Avengers, heck. But yeah, Asgardians, this is a long overdue time for this specific trait of characters to get some sort of rework in the future. So we'll see, guys. All speculative, of course, but you know, it would be a perfect timing, especially since with the start of Chapter 3 likely being an Asgardian type of legendary character coming our way as well. If you guys are interested in that too, I'll link my video down below how we did the analysis and research on Thunderstrike and why we believe it's him over other characters. But yeah, if you guys are interested, I'll put that down below. Do let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.